Baltimore City. So let me explain something to the folks that are considering doing investment in Baltimore. Now, if you watch the news or if you watch YouTube, you may see some comments about, oh, Baltimore City's dying, the city is so violent, etc. Now, like any major city in America, you have pockets and areas that are not the most developed. And the problem with Baltimore is that historically, it suffered so much disinvestment because of redlining. So what redlining is that if you were Black or Latino or Asian or non-white at that time, then that investment environment was quote unquote redlined, which means that they didn't produce investment. They made it very difficult to obtain loans and anything that it would actually take to actually develop that street in that area. That's why you have some areas like Federal Hill, Canton, other areas of Baltimore, areas around John Hopkins that are so super developed and everything's modernized. The crime levels are extremely low. The property values are very high, between 300, 400,000, and you don't see a lot of abandoned property. So the area that we're going through now is heading up to John Hopkins. Now, as we leave East Baltimore, where a lot of development is happening and ongoing, we're going to head into West Baltimore. And as you can see, this is not some desolate, barren wasteland that many times news media outlets try to perpetuate, that this environment is so violent and so full of everyone walking around the street shooting like this is the Wild Wild West. And that's just not the case. You do have a lot of police presence in some different areas. In the East, they're very prevalent and they're starting to branch out more, but they have restrictions. They don't have staff. They don't have police available. So you will see some of these things. But you'll notice that, as you can see here, houses are completely remodeled and done. People are doing and remodeling homes here. So it's just not the case that the city is some kind of violent cesspool. Look at this park. So it's just not reality. So one of the things that you have to take in consideration many times when you're listening to media outlets is that you have to consider who the information is coming from and what a negative view might benefit what group of people. So as you can see, we're coming up on John Hopkins University, one of the premier medical universities in the entire East Coast, if not the United States. They are known for so many different medical innovations. Now, the investment that the hospital is doing in the local community, I'm not fully aware, but I know that they have so many incentive programs for if you buy a home near your work. And as you can see here, it's just a normal community. That apartment complex over there, I'm not sure exactly when it was developed and built, but this is just a regular, normal city environment. Do you see abandoned buildings? No. So we're going to continue going through. You will see the neighborhoods change because where the investment is primarily, of course, you're going to see a lot of money. So that historical disinvestment in Baltimore City is what led to, this is John Hopkins Hospital. This is one of many of John Hopkins campuses throughout Baltimore. So you see food trucks are here. So this is one of the things that you'll see. So this street that we're riding down now was Orleans Street in East Baltimore. Security checkpoints out here for the areas. This is some of the local public housing. And you don't see trash all over the ground. The city does clean up. They do, right? These are some of the other areas. You see the parks over there. You don't see trash everywhere. Now, are there some sections of Baltimore where that is a challenge? Yes. But it requires people going to 311 and putting in a complaint, and then someone from the waste management department comes out. If you put, and I can attest to this, if you put a request in the 311, somebody's going to go out and look at that property or look at that alley. Now, I've talked to some inspectors where they don't want to go in some alleys because they're fearful for their safety. Some of it is perceived, some of it is reality, and some of it is just nonsense, right? Where it's not really the case that it's that violent But at the same time, these folks are out here every day. They have families to go home to, so they have to be mindful of their safety. Now, 311 is a solution to a lot of these challenges, because if you go to 311 on the app, or you download the app 311, Baltimore 311, or you just go to the website and you put your request in. If you're having a problem with your water, if you're having a problem with your trash, they do come out. You know, there's been many times where I put a request in for trash, and right after putting that request in for trash, someone came out within a couple days. All right, so my wife is calling. I'm trying to do this video. I can't pick up right now. So what I'm trying to do is take us through Orleans Street down through the city. And sweetie, I apologize. I'm trying to do this video. I will call you right back. But if I answer the call, it's going to break the video. And I have to show people. Come to Baltimore. Figure out a process to get some money and come build. Come help build. You don't have to be some major developer with millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars. You just have to be someone that is willing to push. Now, this is the Old Town Mall. This is the perfect example of redlining and lack of investment. Now, this is a downtown mall, and they probably can't find the owners. That's part of the problem. Okay, so that property there is being put up for auction downtown. Now, we're hitting and leaving East Baltimore, going across the bridge, going into West Baltimore. See the skyline? Look at that. Beautiful. One of the things I love about Baltimore when I come in at night, I'm from Philadelphia and New Jersey, and I always love driving into Philadelphia and seeing that night skyline. And when you're driving into Baltimore at night, they have this beautiful skyline. You see the stadium, and it's wonderful. People just have to come here. And you'll see people working throughout the day. Construction work. All manners of kind of work. People are hustling. They're not just sitting around. A lot of the people that you see out here that are doing nothing, they don't have opportunities. They many times don't have some program. Now, you do have some people, like all human beings in all cities, that just are lazy. They're not trying to do anything. Even if you give it to them, they're going to complain no matter what. That's any city and any population of people. It's not just black people. It's not just white people or poor white people. It's not just Spanish people or immigrants. This is human beings. So you're going to have that challenge with human beings, that some that are going to make their life happen no matter what, no matter where. And you got some that are going to complain about their condition no matter what and no matter where. And that doesn't discriminate based upon the city. All right, so now we're heading into West Baltimore. Traffic does get a little packed up at the end of the day. It's about 3:50. I'm on vacation, enjoying my vacation, but I'm hustling during my vacation. Right? Well, sit in the house, watch TV, watch Netflix, when you could be working on the house, or working on your business, or working on some progress. You have to get out and hustle. If you're relying on one income, you may have a lot of challenges in life. You have to push yourself to do a little bit more. You see? Look at these beautiful buildings. Look at that beautiful architecture. Now, this is one of the main libraries heading into West Baltimore. Big, huge library. I go there, a not Pratt-free library. It's a beautiful library, very professional library. Love going there to study, going there with the girls to read. They got a kids section. Okay? So, as you can see, plenty of development is going on in this city. Please don't cut into my car, my truck, man. So, you see apartment buildings going up. You see development happening. You see demolition of old buildings. And for you people that like to order on Uber Eats, let's say Mr. Beast, Wings and Things, Mans and Fries, Weber Wings, Nathan's Famous, Sam's Crispy Chicken, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Umami Burger, 7. All of that food is being prepared in that one trailer. You think you're buying something from individual restaurants, you're getting hustled. I didn't know either, to be honest. I had no idea. And then I said, man, these ghost kitchens are a trip. You think you're ordering from different restaurants. It's one restaurant with different recipes. Take a look. All that stuff's at one place. What you don't know, you get hustled for. Welcome to the city. They demolished that building that was there. Been there for years, and they demolished it. Look at that brickwork on that apartment building they're working on. It is gorgeous. I love that brick. Beautiful. All right, that's Howard Street. It's a historical business district. Goes straight through to downtown, to the harbor, all the way straight down. The trolley runs over here. Okay. So life is happening, right? It's not some desolate, abandoned wasteland where people are running around with guns and shooting people left and right. It's just not what's happening. Now, do they have pockets and areas where some of those things go on? Yes. Like any major city. I mean, you have to have common sense. You cannot just be riding around the city or getting out the car late at night. And here's the thing, here's the reality. If you're not in that lifestyle, if you're not using drugs, if you're not in that world, then you're not going to be exposed to a lot of the, what we call fitna, the problems that come, the problems that come from being in them environments and being around those people who are consumed by that lifestyle. So if that's not your lifestyle, the likelihood is much lower. Look at this. Event halls. The likelihood is much lower that you're going to be exposed to those challenges unless you're a part of that lifestyle. Look at these city buildings that the governor of Maryland is pushing people from Annapolis over here to Baltimore City. Now, we're heading into a highway that they call the highway to nowhere, which was a way to basically bypass the local neighborhoods. But they're supposedly supposed to start fixing that. You see all that development over there? Those are brand new properties that were built recently. Now, this quote unquote highway to nowhere bypasses multiple neighborhoods. And it'll be a joy when they get rid of this and turn it into like a commercial corridor. Look at all those houses. That's Market Street. Yeah, people be speeding over here. So this is West 40. All right, so this area here, this pseudo highway, so-called highway, goes directly to the West Baltimore MARC train station. The MARC train station carries Amtrak, the MARC train, the Maryland MARC train, from Baltimore City, Baltimore Union Station, down to Washington, D.C. Union Station. And we're coming up on, all right, Speedy Gonzalez next to me. And he's speeding through here, Jack. All right, so you see West Baltimore MARC train station. Formal, professional MARC train station. So the ambulance coming up next to us. And just because you see the ambulance doesn't mean somebody got shot. There's probably somebody sick. All right. You don't see police behind them. It's not a violent incident. It's probably somebody sick. Called 911 for whatever reason. Just normal humanity. Now, during the work week, when COVID wasn't happening, this parking lot was full. But with COVID, it's not as full. Now, as you can see, the neighborhood is changing. We're getting to one of these historical areas that was redlined. Okay? And this ice factory, they need to do something with this ice factory, but now you see the neighborhood is changing. But now we're getting up to one of the properties. You know, a lot of these abandoned buildings, roof missing, you put 3-1 in, they make excuses of why they can't sell the property, vacant's the value, I'm talking about you. All these excuses why you can't sell the properties to developers. Sell these properties. If they're under vacant building notice, issue the fines. And then take the house through eminent domain if they refuse to do it. Got plenty of the public transportation with the buses. All right. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and jump out. If I can get the key out the engine. Be safe getting out the car. Don't want to get hit by a car. Okay. This is a community. People live here. The whole community is not burnt out. Now, they got a lot of abandoned houses on that side, but we do have people that live in some of these houses. And we just need investment. We need people to come out and spend their money. People will buy the properties. It's right next to a train station. All right. So, don't do this business if you don't want to work. Okay, so I'm gonna start getting unloaded. Buenos días. Trabajando aquí. So wood, yep. I got this the wood that Fernando told me to bring to take upstairs. The wood. Yeah. We can come get it now. All right. Come down here and spend your money. Fix these houses up and sell them. Stop being scared of this city. And stop letting people scare you. Just taking a quick look at the back. All right, they're still waiting for the concrete people. Patio's getting poured today. All right. This is Baltimore. Brick City, like North New Jersey. Don't be scared. Come here, do some work, help the community, make a little money at the same time.